All right, welcome to AC Flora High School in Forest Acres, South Carolina. This is AC Flora hosting May River in the third game, at least, of the 2024 4A South Carolina High School League playoffs.
Correct.
All right.
Well, winner go home for the second straight game here for these Falcons. They are stove off elimination in their game against Myrtle Beach, and what a game that was. We'll talk more about that later, but they face a much better team here today in the Sharks of May River. You excited, Jeff?
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's not supposed to rain, but
no, rain's supposed to be off the docket. Supposed to hold over till tomorrow.
yeah.
But it looks dark, so we'll keep. I mean, I guess you'll see the same time we do, but I mean, it's gonna be a interesting game today. I mean, they're pitching their ace. They tried to win the region last year. They're in a very tough region against Lucy Beckham and James Island, two of the best teams in the state. They took 1-2 from James Island, who actually comes into today ranking #1 in 4A, and then they lost to Lucy Beckham. So, however, the one game they did win against those, that man they're throwing over there, Will Korn. So we'll have to keep a close eye on him and see if our Falcons can make some damage or do some damage here and make some headway against Korn and maybe steal a win here. Well, steals a loose term, but take a win here and move on to next week.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the two different cameras, making sure that I have the right brightness. Yeah, so the one good thing with the overcast sky is that I don't have to worry about exposure issues. So that outfield camera should be nice and easy to match.
No complaints.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of head baseball coach Andy Hallett, I'm going to welcome you to AC Flora High School and Falcon Field. Tonight's 4A lower state playoff game pits our guests, the May River Sharks, against your AC Flora Falcons. To the players and coaches, please line up on your respective baselines. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. And everyone, please stand as we honor America with our national anthem.
All right.
We'll hold off for a second and introduce the team.
Starting line.
Ladies and gentlemen, Falcon fans, stand up, put your hands together, and welcome your Falcon. Second baseman, number 7, Roper Winsky. The catcher, number 21, Tyler Hernandez. Left fielder, number 2, Rich Best. Right fielder, number 18, Charlie Scott. Designated hitter, number 15, Zach Steve. On the mound, number 24, Carter Carrington. At short, number 1, Jack Chetwood. Third baseman, number 32, Monty Lafitte. In center field, number 29, Evan Smith. And at first base, number 11, Harris Rivers.
All right.
All right. I'm going to run through that one more time, Jeff.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's do it. On the mound, it's Sparky making another start for him. This is number 6 for Sparky. Behind the dish, it's Tyler Hernandez. At first, Harris Rivers. Second is Roper Wensky. Short is Jack Chetwood. At third, our man Monty Lafitte. In left and center, the 2 seniors in the lineup today. It's Rentz Best and Evan Smith, who's getting his start yet again. And in right field is Charlie Scott. For the Sharks of May River, we'll go quickly. Tyson Brassington leads off. Trace Machick. And the 2-hole, their starting pitcher, Will Korn. Batting third, cleanup is Joseph Schroeder. 5th, Dylan Seaman. In the 6th hole, it's Aaron Guthrie. 7, Jordan Reed. 8 is Chris Beckman. And 9, the right fielder, Tannen Minkowski. They're going to have a tall task as Sparky's been playing his best baseball as of late. He threw a no-hitter in the win against Ridgeview last week. That's the last time we saw him. So it's been a full week and a day now since Sparky has last thrown, but he's now lowered his ERA to a 4.04, which started up in the mid-6s. So he's continued to lower and lower that ERA ever since the first couple of games, and he's going to have to keep a very good May River team at bay here if the Falcons want to move on and play some more baseball.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what he does. When he's hitting inside on the right-handed batters, really tough. Does a good job battling inside.
Yes. I mean, his fastball gets to the upper 80s, so if he can start hit that inside with the fastball and then continue his dirt or filth just all over everywhere,
Yeah.
can be tough to hit Sparky. But again, tall task in front of him. This May River team is in a very good region, but they finished 3rd in that region, falling behind Lucy Beckham and James Island, as we said, 2 of the best teams in 4A. Well, the Falcons, after holding off a bird, they go to the sea and take these Sharks on. May River AC Flora, righty on righty, 6:59. Your first pitch, high inside, ball 1, and this win or go home game. Leading off, the leadoff, Tyson Brassington. Brassington is our righty. It's righty on righty here. It's Hernandez. Sparky on the mound with that right arm sleeve. He'll wind. He'll deal the 1-0. That pitch right down Broadway over to the second baseman, Roper Wensky. A tough hop for Roper. It's going to get away from him, and that's going to be a infield hit for Brassington. That ball died, just completely did not bounce off the dirt at all. Roper got, well, unlucky. And they're going to rule out an error on the scorecard. I don't agree with that. Either way, Brassington, the leadoff is at first. Well, that's Trace Machick. Miss Chick, one of the many, many juniors on this team, and what's most dangerous about this May River team, especially with Brassington over at first now, is their top of the lineup hits like no tomorrow. Brassington is no exception over there, and now Miss Chick at the dish, also no exception. He leads the team in average and on-base percentage. Another righty on righty. Sparky again will pick off Brassington, who has to scamper back to first. Brassington second on the team, only trailing the man in the hole on deck, Will Korn. Brassington has 14 stolen bases. We'll see if Miss Chick can move him over. First pitch, that ball's chopped on the left side, foul to the third baseman. Nice play from Lafitte, who waited to field that till it officially went foul. Well, we'll talk about Miss Chick. I said he leads the team in average and on-base percentage. Well, 397 average, 471 on-base percentage. He went 2 for 3 in that loss against North Myrtle Beach on Wednesday. He is facing the number 17th right-handed pitcher in this class of 2025, Carter Harrington. Sparky again looks back at first. Brassington is kind of getting his exercise over there. Had to beat out an infield single on them. He's been making his moves over at first as Carter's been looking him back over and over again. It's a little bigger lead this time. Doesn't go though, the 0-1. Right down Broadway, a little low in the zone, but caught looking is Miss Chick. It's strike 2. Trace has been one of the best players here for the Sharks this postseason. Trace has been 4 for 6 at the dish with 2 RBIs. He's behind 0-2. Harrington comes home. The off speed is taken into right field. That lifted, tailing over toward right fielder Charlie Scott, who will make the play for out number 1. Brassington will retreat back to first. Looked like it could have been trouble at first. Over that ball stayed in the air and tailed toward Charlie, meaning he had an easy out number 1, and the Falcons, there's one down here in the top frame. Well, to bring up Will Corn, one of the best players in this team just in general. Will is actually one of the top uncommitted players in this senior class. He's the ace of these Sharks, and he's a left-handed pitcher, which means he's hitting lefty here against Carter. Man on first, one down. First pitch to the lefty is high, ball 1. Well, Corn is a senior, one of the couple that do start in this lineup. The other one is Joseph Schroeder, who's on deck. Corn is hitting .318 this year, but he's more dangerous on the base paths with 17 stolen bags. Sparky yet again looking back at first. Brassington having to keep on his toes over there. Can't get too big of a lead. Another quick note is Monty Lafitte, the third baseman, is on the infield grass. Something to watch out if Corn tries to lay one down. It's 1-0. Brassington goes. It's a fastball called strike. It's going to go almost into center field. Roper Wenski gets a body on it, but Brassington has a stolen base, and the first run of this game is in scoring position for a lineup that can hit. Let's talk about Sparky a little bit. 3-3 record here on the mound, making his 5th start of the season. He has a 4.04 ERA, 24 strikeouts over 27 2/3 innings pitched. Sparky, that fastball is dangerous, hits the high 80s. It's a 1-1 count against lefty. He comes home, and that ball is sliced foul into the forestry on that left side. It'll be 1-2. So May River, so far in the playoffs, they're 1-1, just like our own Falcons, with a win against our favorite team in the Columbia region. That's Irmo. They won 8-2 on Monday, and then they lost to North Myrtle 1-5 on Wednesday. The 1-2 coming home is on the ground to the left side. The shortstop, Chet Woods, got it. He'll throw it on the hop and make the play for out number 2. Brassington, who got a good jump on that hit, moves over to third. Falcons surrendering that base runner to third, as there's now 2 away here. Well, Joseph Schroeder, one of the most dangerous hitters here in the state, has 25 RBIs so far this year for the Sharks. He has slugged a homer. That was all the way back against Hilton Head Island. He's committed to Erskine College. The right-handed first baseman will dig in against the right-handed pitcher. 2 gone. Sparky comes home. That ball sliced foul on the first base side. It was a nice piece of hitting from Schroeder, who just kind of poked that ball over to first, and he almost put it over the bag now. Time's got to be called right now as the that ball on the first base that was foul trickled into fair territory, meaning a long run from looks like Coach Duncan showing off the wheel. Who was that? Oh, that's Henry. Oh, that's Luke's brother. how could I not see from 90 or 300 feet away? My bad.
I just like the thought of Coach Duncan running out and getting the...
That's what I assumed it was. Well, I saw the pullover, so I just thought it was Coach Duncan because I knew that was what he was wearing.
Yeah.
Well, it's 0-1, 2 gone, righty on righty. Sparky comes home the pitch. Just catches the outside part of the zone. Strike 2. Nice location from Carter Harrington, and he's ahead of Schroeder. It's 0-2 against the dangerous righty. This will be something after what they're ruling an error. The Falcons are trying to leave the first runner of the game stranded at third. Sparky is ahead 0-2 with 2 gone, top frame. Scoreless game, Sparky comes home the inside, swinging, strike 3, the slider cuts across the zone and Schroeder can't find it. The Falcons avoid a first inning error and leave the first runner at third. It's going to be scoreless going to the bottom of the second here at Falcon Field, winner go home game. Huh?
All right.
Welcome back here, bottom of the first inning in this win or go home game. The left-handed senior Will Korn will don the mound here for the Sharks in this win or go home game. He'll take on a Falcon lineup that's been hitting pretty well. However, they were in a pitcher's duel in the win against Myrtle Beach on Wednesday. One of the people that has been hitting well, though, is the man at the dish, Roper Wensky. It's righty versus lefty. Korn will come home. That first fastball is outside, and we're underway here in the bottom of the first. I look at the scouting report from Monty Lafitte Sr., or Montague Lafitte, if you will. Korn is a pitcher that uses that fastball as that's chopped to the third base side. That's picked on a hop and thrown over to first for out number 1. Guthrie makes the play, and Roper is retired. Well, as I said, Korn's the man who used that fastball and the curveball with when he's favorable to him. Hits his low lefties, but he's a great pitcher all around who can find his spot. Well, Roper is retired, so there's one down here in the bottom of the first. Then we'll wing up the left-handed Tyler Hernandez. It's the first lefty here Korn will face. Lefty versus lefty, and Korn throws one low and away. Ball 1. Well, Tyler, the sophomore at the dish, been one of the best hitters for AC Flora. Hit his first home run here in this playoffs in his high school career. Over the right field wall, the 1-0 is skied left side. Long run for Maybank. He's got to come into foul ground, and he can't make the play as it's off the base of the wall. In foul territory. It was a long run also from the shortstop, Jordan Reed, who was on his horse, almost meeting Maybank in foul territory on that left side. Well, as I said, Tyler Hernandez had a 3-run homer in the loss against York. That was for RBIs number 12, 13, and 14 here for the young sophomore. He's one of the best catching prospects in the sophomore class. It's a 1-1 count here with Korn. The lefty will throw his, looks like a slider in the low outside part of the zone for strike 2. Nice pitch from Korn. It's going to be tough for the Falcons to hit him, making his 7th start of the year, hosting a 4-2 record. The 1-2 is outside and away. It's a fastball for ball 2. As I said, Korn has a 2.19 ERA over 32 innings pitched. He has 32 strikeouts, but also can be a little susceptible to the walk. He has 19, which leads these Sharks. 2-2 count. Korn will come home. That fastball's right down Broadway, chopped to the first base side, but it will go foul before it hits the first base bag. Schrader, first baseman, didn't get a good enough read on that to make the play. Well, the last time we saw Korn, again, they won against James Island, one of the best teams in 4A, if not the best team. In that win, he pitched 5 innings, 1 earned run allowed, and 5 hits. 2-2 coming home. The off speed just missed inside. Looked like a curveball that Hernandez laid it off, so the count will be full here. The bottom of the first, scoreless game, 1 gone. Korn will come set. The lefty, he'll come home. The 3-2 is chopped over to second base. That's Beckman who will make the play and throw it on to first for out number 2. So now the senior who's been hitting so hot will come in. That's Rentz Best hitting third here for AC Flora.
Rentz Best.
Well, in what could be, again, his final game here at Falcon Field, Rentz has been 6 for his last 13 at the dish. Falcons need to continue him hot. First pitch to the righty, swinging strike 1. Looked like a changeup that dipped into the dirt from the left-handed Korn. So it's 0-1, 2 gone. Well, this is the third game between these Sharks and Falcons. First 2, Falcons won. 0-1, off speed, outside, looked like a slider. So it's 1-1 here against the righty. Falcons won both games. Those were both in 2019 by 3-0 and 2-0. Mayor's trying to take the third game here. The 1-1 fastball catches the outside part of the zone. Strike 2. Nice location from Korn. And Brett Best falls behind 1-2. If it gets that far, there's Charlie Scott on deck waiting. Korn looking for a 3 up, 3 down. The 1-2 off speed, high and away. Ball 2.
Ooh, look, 2s on the board.
Well,
Rentz Best.
At bat, it's number 2. 2-2's to count. 2 gone here, bottom of the first. Korn, he'll come set, he'll come home. That's fouled back into the net, and Best spoils a nice fastball from Korn. That would have been outside looking strike 3, but Best pokes it foul, and he'll stay in the AB. Very close stance here from Rentz as Korn working out of the stretch. 2-2, the off-speed, right down Broadway, strike 3. Nice curveball from Korn, comes right into the heart of the plate, and the Sharks get the Falcons to go 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the top of the second here in this win or go home game. At Falcon Field, don't go anywhere. Welcome back here to Indefinite Fiction. It's a win or go home game for May River and AC Flora. We'll go to the top of the second, still scoreless. 7 batters came up in that first inning, 6 were retired, and 1 reached on an error. Well, Sparky will come back to the mound, the right-hander for AC Flora. He'll get 5, 6, and 7 here for May River. Leading it off will be Dylan Seaman, the designated hitter. It's righty on lefty for Sparky. He'll wind, he'll deal home the first pitch. Fastball outside, strike 1. Nice pitch from Sparky, and we're underway here in the second. Sparky, he'll wind. He'll deal home the 0-1, that pitch. Swinging strike 2, a changeup full Seaman, and the DH falls behind. Dylan, one of, again, the few seniors that are in the lineup. He's 4 for 19 this year, but he gets on base 40% of his at-bats. He's behind 0-2. Sparky will come home, spin. That is spoiled back into a tree here. Foul ball. May River making the 2.5-hour drive up to the Midlands to play AC Flora. The winner of this will play the winner of York and Bluffton on Monday. It's 0-2. The right-hander taking his time. Now he'll fire. That ball is low, hitting the dirt. Ball 1 for Seaman. Well, it feels like Seaman and Varley, the 2 DHs for the squad, they platoon. It seems like Seaman getting the start here against the righty. It's 1-2 now. Sparky, he'll come home with it. Now swinging strike 3. Blow a fastball right by the DH. Back-to-back strikeouts for AC Flora, and there's 1 gone in the second.
Now batting number 10, Aaron Guthrie.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Aaron Guthrie. Guthrie also has a homer here for the Sharks. That was all the way back against Barnwell in March. The righty will step in and get his first cracks at the Falcons' right-handed flamethrower. First pitch coming home. That ball's chopped to the left side. Third baseman Lafitte can't bring it in. He'll have to wake a fire to first, and it is safe. It brought Harris Rivers off the bag. That may be ruled another error, but Guthrie is aboard.
He did the hard part.
Exactly.
Scooping it.
Yeah, the scoop was the hard part, but the transfer seemed to be a little too much for Lafitte. So Guthrie is aboard here with the second error for AC Flora in this winner-go-home game. Not the way they wanted to start in the field. So that'll bring up Jordan Reed, the shortstop here for the Sharks. It's another righty versus righty here for Sparky, and Reed will now show bunt here. There's 1 down. He's still showing bunt. He tries to bunt it foul, but it's going to go to the Falcons' dugout.
That time Coach Duncan did chase down the foul ball.
Yes, that is Coach Duncan. Yeah, Luke, haha. Yeah, I can't be wrong there. We can see him over there. It's a good crowd here for this playoff game. Playoff atmosphere indeed, and it's two very good teams square off. It's weird. These are two of the top teams in 4A, and then there's two teams that are both at-large bids on the other side of that loser's bracket. It's 0-1 here again, showing Bunt Reed has to barrel out that ball. Snap back throw to first, not in time. Nice dive back from Guthrie. Sparky throws a mouthpiece at Reed, who was able to get out of the way. Hernandez tried to snap throw to first, but Guthrie stays in. So it's a 1-1 count here with one gone. Well, we'll see. Reed is hitting .250 this year, but he went 0 for 2 against the Chiefs. Now Sparky throw back to first. Just a bit late for his Guthrie slides back in.
It was pretty close.
It was very
Nice
close.
move.
So the third baseman over there, he's only has one stolen base, so he's not a really big proponent to go, especially if Reed's showing bunt. Another pick off from him, but that's when no tag applied as Guthrie was able to get back in with plenty of time. He's slow to get up, but the junior looks all right over there. Count is still 1-1, righty on righty. Sparky. He'll sigh, he'll go home. The fastball catches the outside part of the zone. Strike two, and Reed may have to swing. However, we did see this in the game on Monday. York tried so many bunt attempts, and then with 2 strikes, they just poked one fair. Falcons got eaten alive off that. That was a couple of how the 8 runs came across. It's 1-2, 1 gone. Sparky comes home. Fastball swinging, strike 3. The snap back throw to first, not in time. But strikeout number 3 for Sparky, and there's 2 away here in the top of the second. Looked like a late attempt from Reed after an off speed. Looked like a slider from Sparky just barreled out of the zone, and Reed couldn't resist. Well, Chris Beckman will be the 8-hole hitter here for the Sharks. Another right-handed showdown, and it's junior on sophomore, the junior on the mound versus the sophomore at the dish. Falcons playing him straight up here. Sparky taking a second. Now he comes home. That first pitch, fastball right down Broadway, strike 1. Beckman kind of sighs, saying, all right, I saw one. Falcons today in their white caps, their light blue tops, their white pants. These Sharks, the gray pants, the black tops, and their black caps. Nice uniform matchup here at Falcon Field. The 0-1 coming home. That pitch catches the outside part of the zone. Strike 2. Looks like a changeup there from Sparky, who was starting to attack these Sharks hitters. So we said the top of the lineup is dangerous. The bottom, it's interesting. It's kind of a mix of some good, some bad. They're very streaky, and they hit a couple games. The 0-2 is in the other batter's box. No offer from Beckman, and we'll do a 1-2. Well, for instance, Beckman, he is hitting .212 here this year, but he has 8 RBIs. Again, a little meh and a little pretty good. See how it pans out. It's 1-2. Sparky, he'll come home. The pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Hernandez. Oh, my goodness. Keeps Guthrie over at first. If that ball goes to the backstop, the Sharks have another runner in scoring position. However, he keeps it at bay, and it's a 2-2 count here with 2 outs. That runner still at first in a scoreless top of the second so far.
Tyler would be a heck of a lacrosse goalie.
He would. The 2-2 coming home as a fastball in the left-handed batter's box. So we'll do a full count as looked like Beckman has been given 3 straight balls, and he hasn't yet to pull the trigger on 1.
Bet the runner goes on this.
3-2. Runner will be in motion, as you may have just heard. 2 gone, top of the second. If it's a gapper, it may be a 1-0 game. Sparky takes his time. Now he'll fire home. The full count. Got him looking, strike 3, outside corner. Strikeout number 4 for Carter Harrington, who strikes out the side. Runner stranded on first after an error, but it's still scoreless going to the bottom of the second.
Now for the Falcons, number 18.
Welcome back here to
Charlie
Falcon
Scott.
Field on Definite Fiction. It's a playoff game, win or go home. Charlie Scott walking up to many men by 50 Cent. Will step in the right-handed box. He's been hitting 2 in the lineup, but he drops back to clean up here this evening. The left-hander, Corn, will come back, and he'll fire pitch number 1. It's a hard hit left side, right at the shortstop Reed. It's a slow roll. You have to make a quick throw, and that ball is saved. Charlie Scott, infield single. Kind of a lapse in judgment from the shortstop Reed. He had plenty of time to make that throw, but he stayed back on a slow roller, allowed Charlie Scott to beat out an infield single.
Up next for the Falcons, number 15, Zach Sneed.
So the Falcons have had a couple mental lapses in the field. Now there's one from these Sharks. We'll see how May River and Will Corn respond as the left-handed DH, Zach Sneed, will step in. Zach's been battling, huh?
I guess you don't expect the cleanup hitter to be one of the fastest players on the
No,
on the
Charlie
field,
actually leads the Falcons in stolen bases. That first pitch, I think it hit Zach. Yeah, it did. Runners on first and second after a hit by pitch in an air, and the Falcons have something brewing here. Well, that was one that you could have potentially seen that we saw it yesterday, or Wednesday, I guess, rather, that we're talking about maybe the quote-unquote the player didn't come out or something, but I mean, Zach looked like he went around, but it hit it on the body where he didn't really move.
Yeah, he kept his hands tight.
It's one of those weird things that we saw earlier. It's just kind of an unfortunate, but Will Corn, who's now so solid here for these Sharks, he's in some trouble. Over at first, and got Scott Graham as the corners are in. Scouting reports in. Falcons love some small ball, and Jack Chetwood is one to do it. Righty on lefty. Now Jack lays a drag. Bunt goes right back to Corn, the pitcher. Runner's got a good jump. Will has to fire to first, but he'll make it just in time. Now a throw back to third as Scott was a little off the bag, but not enough to warrant that throw. Luckily, it went right in the glove of Guthrie, but the Falcons have 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody gone, or 1 gone, excuse me.
Next for the Falcons, number 32, Monty Lafitte.
Well, Monty Lafitte, the young sophomore who's been coming into the lineup more and more. He's now the everyday third baseman here for AC Flora. Has an opportunity to deliver a big hit here for AC Flora. It's a scoreless game, bottom of the second, but the Falcons have the runners on second and third, 1 gone. That pitch is low in the zone and fouled back. It's going to be 0-1 here against Monty. Well, Monty Lafitte, I feel like, is kind of the story, and it exemplifies what this team's been unfortunate circumstances. He has a lot of hard hits, but they've been right at the outfielders. See if you can find a gap here. He squares to bunt. That ball will be bunted foul. It'll be 0-2. Falcons use that suicide squeeze to perfection multiple times, including against Miller and against Myrtle Beach on Wednesday. That's how they scored both of their 2 runs. Lafitte bunted late. Now he falls behind 0-2 here. On deck, if against that far, it's the talented senior Evan Smith. Now on cue, both corners in. Schroeder at first, Guthrie at third. They'll back up to the edge of the grass, though. It's 0-2. The off speed is high. Lafitte lays off. It's 1-2 here as it's lefty on righty with 1 gone. Well, Corn kind of had the start just out of how it's supposed to go. Again, he pitched against James Island trying to win the region, so he was ineligible until today to throw. The 1-2 is in the left-handed batter's box. Lafitte will lay off, and a nice glove from Mischik behind the dish keeps both runners at second and third. So the count will move to 2-2. Corn trying to strand a couple runners, but Lafitte trying to deliver some goods here for AC Flora. Now Corn will he'll step off and replace the ball. I'm not sure what was wrong with it, but he wanted a new one. And we'll do it one more time. It's 2-2, 1 out. The 7-time state champions versus the team that was founded in 2016. Lafitte shows bunt. It's high and inside, and now it's a suicide squeeze. Runners tagged down. Here comes a base running blunder to throw back to second, and there's a run down between second and third. That ball trickles away, and the Falcons actually get a man on third with 2 down. So a lot just happened. We'll kind of spell it out for you. Monty Lafitte was a suicide squeeze, so Charlie Scott was running. Lafitte couldn't lay the bunt down as he had to back off because it was high and inside. So Charlie Scott tagged out coming to home. The pitch runner, Scott Graham, was in a rundown between second and third, but the ball got away from Guthrie at third, and Scott Graham takes third. A lot happened, but now you know all you need to know. It's full count, 2 away, and Falcons are going to bring in another hitter, and I'm not sure what's going on. So Mayweather may think the inning's over as they're all jogging in. I think the Falcons are just changing personnel at the dish. They're going to say maybe Graham went out of the baseline? Or no, I guess it's Snead who's still in, but it's such a weird situation right now at AC Flora. So they're going to say he didn't go out of the baseline, and Mayweather's going to have to run all the way back on the field. Falcons just exchange hitters here as it's a 3-2 count. It's number 9, Joe Ray. Falcons have done this one other time. It was when they brought Rohan Bremer in the exact same spot here, and it worked. They were able to get him on first. But the Falcons, with a base running blunder, has turned a very good scoring opportunity into a one-pitch at-bat. Joe Ray, the right-handed freshman, will come in 3-2, 2 gone now with a first runner of the game at third. Bottom of the second, the left-handed Corn stands in. The senior fires home. Fastball is fouled right back into the net. Well, you may have heard, but the pole behind the net, and so it's going to be 3-2 yet again. So we saw earlier, I think it was against Myrtle Beach, where the Falcons did this and it worked. However, in this situation, it's the senior pitcher who's very experienced versus the freshman who's coming in against this pitcher. So it's a weird situation as now the wind's starting to howl here, sort of from right center field coming in on the diamond. Mayriver trying to strand a runner at third. 3-2, 2 gone. Corn comes home, the fastball's outside. Ball 4, and Joe Ray will take first. We've already seen a lot here at Falcon Field, but Joe Ray will walk on the count that Monty Lafitte got full. And there's now 2 down with runners at the corners. Well, the Falcons lead a big hit, and there's no better man to deliver it than Evan Smith. The right-handed senior committed to Spartanburg Methodist College earlier this week. Now he's looking to give the Falcons a lead here in this winner-go-home game against the Sharks' ace. Lefty versus righty. Corn comes home. The fastball catches the inside part of the zone for strike 1. It's a nice location from the left-handed senior. Well, Evan Smith, we saw him for the first time in these playoffs last game. He drew a walk against the Seahawks. 0-1, 2 gone. Corn comes home, and that ball is fouled back over the net. It'll be 0-2 here. Well, on deck is the first baseman, Harris Rivers. He's the 9-hole here for AC Flora, so after him, lineup turns over. Falcons have the first run of the game, 90 feet away at third. However, Evan Smith down 0-2 in the count here with 2 gone. Runners go, double steal, a weird pitch, that ball's inside, they're gonna roll a box, so the Falcons get a run. Well, we talked about the experience of Andy Howland and the 7-time state champion Falcons. He just drew up the best play I've seen him draw up in my 2 years of announcing here. Drew a balk from Will Corn, and the Falcons strike first. It's a 1-0 lead. So what he did is he ran both runners first and third. They ran as Corn already was coming, like starting to wind up. He knew he wasn't going to steal home, but Corn got a little spooked on the mound, and he delivered a balk. So the third came home. 1-2, off speed in the other batter's box. Nice eye from Smith. I mean, my oh my, what a mistake from Corn. I just talked about how composed the senior is, but after he gave a walk to the freshman now, who's now at second, and he just delivered a balk that gave AC Flora the 1-0 advantage. The 1-2 coming home inside. Caught looking, strike 3. Smith didn't like it, and Corn didn't think it was a strike, but they rung up Evan Smith. The Falcons, though, after some base running theatrics, they got a runner thrown out home and got a runner home from the balk. They lead at 1-0 here, going to the third. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's win or go home in the third round of the playoffs. Falcons lead at 1-0 after seeing the two players in front of me who were dialing up pitches, trying to get some speed. Sam McCutcheon, Falcons ace, just said he's never seen that before except in one practice. Push out, decided to pull it out in the biggest game of the season. So, well, after theatrics, AC Flora leads after a balk. It's 1-0. Sparky Harrington comes back. So, name I couldn't figure it out. He throws a fastball on the outside part of the edge. Strike one against Tannen Mikowski.
Sparky Harrington.
Sparky Harrington. Well, Tannen Mikowski, a lefty, he's in right field today. He's behind 0-1. The fastball's inside, caught looking, strike two. And Mikowski trying to figure out, when he threw one outside, he threw one inside. Where do you throw one now that gets by him? Sparky, so good ahead, and the count already has 4 strikeouts. He'll wind, he'll deal. The 0-2 pitch, that one's just tapped back, foul.
Double foul ball.
It was, he double hit it.
Hit
but
twice, yeah.
hit home plate the first time, so it really didn't matter what he did, but it all works out. So we'll keep the 0-2 count here for Mankowski. Mankowski's coming to Truett McConnell College. It's a mouthful there, but he's behind 0-2. Righty on lefty, Sparky with the right arm sleeve will come home. Swinging strike three, change up outside, and Mikowski can't catch up. Well, just like we saw McCutcheon do after he knotted 10 Ks against the Seahawks of Myrtle Beach, Sparky on pace. He has 5 through the first time in the order. However, dangerous hitters come back up to the plate. That's Tylen Brassington back to the dish. He reached on an air to the second baseman, Roper Wensky. It was a tough air to give Wensky, but nonetheless. Righty on righty here, round 2. Sparky comes home. The slider stays inside. Ball 1. Didn't miss by much, though. So Brassington's a junior, and one of the best things I've ever heard. Before they actually changed the commitment rules, he committed to Charleston Southern as a sophomore. He's ahead 1-0 here. Sparky will come home. The fastball is fouled back. It'll be 1-1. And the Charleston Southern commit, well, it's been an up and down season. He's hit .377 here for these Sharks. However, he's 3 for his last 16 plate appearances. In the last 5 games he's played with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. He's trying to get back on the right page. However, he's now knotted in the count with Sparky. It's 1-1 here, 1 gone.
Alex, you're now surrounded by future Falcons.
I know, the off speed, got him looking, strike 2. And Jeff Rose,
that pitch was pretty.
That was a slider that caught the low part of the zone. It's 1-2, 1 gone as the future Falcons are all around me. Watching the current Falcons try to keep this 1-0 lead. Sparky, that ball's hard hit to the shortstop. That's Jack Chetwood who has it. He'll throw it over to first on the line and make the play. There's 2 down. Nice play from Chetwood. That ball was right at him, so a little chance for an error, barring a really, really weird hop, but you never know with how this game's gone. Well, 2 gone, nobody on here for this 2-hole Trace Mischik. Mischik flew out to right field after a one that looked like it could be gapped, just tailed towards Charlie Scott Wright. He'll now step in for round 2 against Sparky. It's righty v righty. The right-hander, he'll come home the pitch. That ball's hard hit to center field right at Evan Smith. It's dying quickly. Evan dives, can't make the play. And it will be a backup from Rentz in left field to get it in, but a 2-out single for Mischik gives the Sharks some life in the third. That was hard hit, but it looked like just the rope from home just kind of got pulled back, and Evan didn't have much of a chance on that one as it kept dying very quickly.
Yeah, it looked like he got a good jump and went full out. There
was nothing more Evan Smith could do.
Yeah.
So there's a courtesy runner for the catcher, Mischik, at first. That's Gustavo Gomez. It's his second appearance in the playoffs. The first time he was thrown out trying to steal. Clear count here. The lefty, Will Corn, steps back in. 2 gone. First pitch, fastball inside cut, looking strike 1. Nice pitch from Sparky, who's dealing to a very talented senior at the dish, who's trying to get that run back that he surrendered off the balk. Never thought I'd say that, especially in this game, but here we are. Well, I could have said it eventually, but you get the idea. The 0-1 is high and away. Ball 1 here against the lefty. Well, Corn grounded out to Chetwood at short back in the first. However, Corn is not one to take your eye off of. 18 RBIs here for these Sharks. 1-1, Gomez stays. The pitch, swinging strike 2. Fastball was blown by Korn. And Sparky's a pitch from the out of the inning. He's been a base runner 3 times in 3 innings so far. 2 via the air, 1 via the hit. That's Miss Chick over at first, who's replaced by Gomez. Sparky, it's 1-2, 2 gone. Runner goes, pitch. That ball's out for the middle to short. The second baseman Roper boots one into center field. Evan Smith fields it. He's got to throw to third. That ball on a line, not in time. The runner goes to second. And the Sharks, after a 2-out single, produce 1 more, and the Falcons are in trouble. So that is officially ruled another error from Roper-Wensky. That's his 2nd error in a tough play. That ball usually be seen by the shortstop. However, Roper was coming to cover the bag off the steal. Was the one who had to backhand it, and it booted off his foot. After back-to-back 2-out theatrics, Sparky Harrington now in some trouble. There's runners on 2nd and 3rd as the Falcons gonna get a mound visit here in the top of the 3rd. It's a 1-0 lead for AC Flora, but May River is threatening against our Falcons.
All right, we'll be back in a second.
Welcome back to Falcon Field. It's win or go home. And after Sparky Harrington got the first 2 outs of the inning without much of a hassle, a bloop single into center and now an error put runners at 2nd and 3rd. Falcons trying to keep this 1-0 lead intact. However, the dangerous hitter Joseph Schroeder may be a very hard one to get out again. He struck out swinging back in the first, but he doesn't swing and miss much. Only 12 strikeouts on the year now. First pitch, righty on righty, is low, ball 1. Well, Schroeder, we've talked about it. He leads these Sharks in RBIs, 25 with a homer. It's in 338 coming into today, or 388 rather, excuse me. And he can hit with the best of them. He'll step out real quick as the 15th second base prospect here in the senior class will go against one of the best pitching prospects in the junior class. It's 1-1, 2 gone. Sparky comes home. That one's low. Gets away from Tyler, but not enough to give the tying run of the game to come home, as Miss Chick, or Gomez now, has to go back. Well, it's 2-0. The Falcons are in a spot they don't want to be in. If Schroeder gets a hold of one, could be a 2-run game the other direction. 2-0, 2 gone. Righty on a righty. Harrington was a runner right in his eye line at 3rd. We'll look at him. Now he'll come home with it. The 2-0 is a fastball away. The Falcons, we'll see what they do here. Again, this is the best hitter, and they're going to intentionally walk Schroeder after giving him 3 pitches all out of the zone. He'll take first without having to move the bat. So bases are loaded. 2 gone. Dylan Seaman will step back in. He's the left-handed DH, and he struck out swinging to begin the 2nd. Seaman hasn't gotten many chances at the dish, but none bigger than this one in the Sharks season. He's now 4 for 20 on the season, but he only has 2 RBIs. We'll see what happens here to righty v lefty. Sparky comes home, that fastball gets over the shortstop's head. It's a base hit in the left field. Rents West will get a good throw in to home plate, but this game is tied. May River strikes back, and it's a 1-1 game here at the top of the 3rd.
Up next, number 10, Aaron Guthrie.
Well, Seaman found the hole and put one right over the shortstop Chetwood's head. May River equalized, and it's 1-1 now, top of the 3rd, and the danger's not done yet here for Sparky as Aaron Guthrie steps back in. Bases are juiced, 2 gone. Aaron Guthrie, who reached on the air in the 2nd, steps in. It's righty v righty, and the May River sign has come alive. Harrington trying to quiet the storm. First pitch, swinging strike 1. Nice off-speed changeup on the outside part of the zone, and Guthrie couldn't find it. And Guthrie, again, don't want to give him another pitch to hit. He has a homer on the year as well, as I've already said, but He doesn't have a grand slam. That homer is only a 3-1 shot. He wants 4. 0-1, 2 gone. Sparky will come home. That ball low and away. Ball 1. Good eye from Guthrie. So Guthrie so far in these playoffs is now 1-for-8. However, he does have an RBI on this 2-game stretch. He's trying to continue that trend and get May River to a game on Monday. It's been a crazy last, well, I guess full inning, top of the 3rd, bottom of the 2nd. Falcons trying to get out of it here. 1-1 coming home. That ball outside edge, strike 2. They're going to say he went around. That may have been a bit off the zone, but they're going to say he did go. So Guthrie will step back in behind 1-2 here, top 3. Sparky was in this situation earlier and allowed a 2-out hit, and the rest has been history. 1-2, Sparky comes home. The pitch is spoiled back. It's a foul over the netting, and we'll do it one more time. May River coming into today 14-8 on the season. The Falcons are 14-11. AC Flora's won 4 of their last 5. May River's only won 2 of their last 5. They're trying to win one right here and keep their playoff run intact. Now Guthrie will call time and step out, understanding the magnitude of this game as Sparky on the mound. I don't think we had any intention of delivering him a pitch. Well, he'll step back in. Sparky comes set. 2-2 will come home. The pitch, low and away, ball 2. Guthrie almost swung, but he was able to keep his hand off the trigger and stay in the AB. Falcons trying to operate on pins and needles here. It's a 2-2 count, 2 gone, top 3. May River has tied this game at 1, but they're looking for more as the bases are juiced. Harrington versus Guthrie. Harrington will wind, come home. Swinging stroke, just out of the glove of Hernandez. Sparky got exactly what he wanted, but Tyler couldn't hold on, and Guthrie will stay alive. Well, we'll get blown back into play here. It's 2-2 still with 2 gone. Ball was just foul tipped into the glove. Sparky comes set one more time. You'll wind, he'll deal home. The pitch, that ball's chopped to 3rd. It is going to be made by Joe Ray, who will fire to 1st for out number 3. Well, after a lot of weird stuff continues to happen, May River gets a 2-out RBI single and knots this game up at 1. The Falcons are going to try to break that tie, going to the bottom of the 3rd.
Hold on.
That was ball 2, bouncing in on the outside.
Okay, now we're back.
Okay, we're fully back.
Yeah. Well, I need to pull.
Hey, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. 2-1, 2 gone. Corn will come home the lefty, and the lefty puts that one in the left field. It's carrying back. Maybank going toward the warning track, toward the wall, and he'll make the play within 5 feet of that getting out. Well, May River, after a leadoff hit by pitch, grounded into a double play from Ropowinski and a long flat from Tyler Hernandez. We'll go to the 4th inning, 1-1.
Okay, so last stream was an adventure. My laptop got a blue screen of death, and so everything shut down. Fortunately, the way I have it set up, YouTube didn't kill the link. So once everything got running again, we were able to revive it, and you're watching it now. Hopefully the laptop doesn't decide to take a dive again.
Right now, there's some issues with pitch comm for Tyler Hernandez. He's been in the dugout for a long time.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's fine. I'm assuming it's pitch comm. I'm assuming
Yeah,
it's not
probably
injury related.
Let me put some background music on.
He looks fine.
Okay.
He's just running the big down. It looks like some pitch comm issues, which nothing new here for the Falcon faithful.
Yeah.
Oh, also so we're getting the stream back up. Shot from Denver, North Carolina. Got a viewer from there. So shout out.
Oh yeah.
Glad to see Tyler's back.
Yeah. Jim's watching us consistently.
Well, he said he's watching from. He texted us. I had to call it out. You know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go here. Top of the fourth. Falcons scoring their run off of a balk and a 2-out single that is going to be charged to Sparky now, which I just learned. Came home, so it's 1-1 here. Go to the fourth, and Jordan Reed, Chris Beckman, Tannen Mankowski will come in. 8, 7, 8, and 9 due up for these Sharks. Well, it was a wild inning for Sparky, but again, we are tied on the scoreboard. Rady on Rady, Sparky comes home. That ball's chopped foul in the Mayriger dugout. Nice play there from the second baseman, Chris Beckman, on the on-deck circle. One-hand snag.
Check. Okay.
0-1 coming home from Sparky. Pitch low, ball 1. Well, we are having all sorts of trouble over here, but all is right in the world, hopefully.
Well, I realized I don't have the outfield camera up, and so I need to
1-1.
toggle it.
Shot down the left field line. Foul.
That's why your audio went out.
It's all good.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. 1 and 2 count.
1 and 2 here as Reed steps back in. He's one of the 5 strikeout victims that Sparky has tallied here this evening. He went down looking in the second. He falls behind 1 and 2. As Sparky now will step off the rubber. Well, Reed will step back in. And 1 and 2 here in the sophomore versus junior showdown. That ball hard hit to the second baseman on a hop. Werperwensky makes the play for out number 1.
Now batting number 7, Chris Beckman.
So a right-handed second baseman, or left-handed second baseman rather. Well, no, it's right-handed. I just can't figure out my handedness right now. The right-handed second baseman will step back in. That's Chris Beckman. He also went down looking back in the second here against Sparky.
You don't have a whole lot of left-handed second basemen outside
No.
of T-ball.
Correct. Well, you never know. Righty versus righty, swinging strike 1. Looked like a fastball that was out of the zone and low, but Beckman couldn't lay off. Righty versus righty here, 0-1. 1 gone, top of the fourth. Sparky comes home, that pitch right down Broadway, strike 2. I don't know what Beckman was sitting on, but he was sitting on anything right down the middle. Apparently, he wasn't able to pull the trigger on it. So, 0-2 here. Sparky, he'll wind, and he'll deal. The pitch off speed is chopped foul, just left to the third base bag. Well, May Rivers, they faced some really good opponents, including North Myrtle Beach, Lucy Beckham, James Island, all ranking in the top 10 here in 4A. Between those three, they are 1 and 3. The Falcons' best opponents have been Lugoff, Elgin, and Greenville. Now, Greenville's already out of the Upper State tournament, but I think the Upper State's been pretty solid this year. They have went 2 and 1 against those opponents. Lugoff, Elgin actually lost in their second round, so they're playing an elimination game right now as well. 0-2 here. Sparky will fire home. The fastball is outside. Ball 1. Well, so far here in this playoffs, Beckman is now 2 for 6 here with 2 RBIs over these games against Irmo and North Myrtle Beach. He's behind 1 and 2. Sparky comes on. The pitch is fouled back. just got under it was Beckman. The young Falcons in attendance, if you can hear them, rowdy here on the same bleachers as us, trying to rally these varsity Falcons to another playoff game. 20-2 here. Harrington will come home. The off-speed swinging strike three. Looked like a slider that just dipped out of the zone, and Beckman couldn't find it, so there's 2 away.
It kind of looked like that splitter that Sam was throwing.
That may have been. Sam broke out that split finger fastball that's been getting hitters left and right. That may have been, because it didn't look as much like a slider, but it had the movement like of a drop pitch.
The opposite way of a slider.
Yeah. Maybe a circle change or something. Well, the left-handed 9-hole, Tana Mikowski, will step back in. First pitch to him is high, ball 1. Mikowski's yet to find the hit column here in the playoffs. He's 0 for 6. He does have an RBI and a walk, though, so he's trying to start something here as the top of the order looms on deck, and that's exactly where the Sharks did their damage last inning. The 1-0 comes home. That one's fouled back into the net. It'll be 1-1. So May River in that talented region, they went 7-3 in the region, and that finished 3rd. That's crazy stuff to think about. James Island run the region with 1 loss to the Sharks. Lucy Beckham had 2 losses. I think one was to May River, or no, I think they both were to James Island. Excuse me. 1-1 coming home, swinging strike 2, a changeup. Fools Mankowski, and there's 2 away with 1-2 count. Nobody on. Falcons trying to get out of this 4th inning after a very long 3rd inning they had to endure. Sparky, he'll wheel, he'll deal home. The pitch is poked up left side, foul. Third baseman coming over, that's Joe Ray. He'll come in on it and make the play after that ball moved in the air. Well, 3 up, 3 down for the first time this game from either side, but, well, without getting any base runners. The Falcons will go to the bottom of the 4th when we come back. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's the bottom of the 4th. This game has been leveled at 1 since the top of the 3rd. However, the Falcons have the heart of the order here in the 4th, and they try to do some damage off of Korn. Well, lead off with the right-handed left fielder. That's Ren's Best. Ren's been one of the most steady Eddie players on this team so far this season. However, he started his night off with a strikeout looking. First pitch, the righties in there for strike 1. Caught the inside part of the zone. Well, right now our friends Lugoff Elgin, they're trailing Wade Hampton to actually pick up their first playoff win ever against Westwood on Wednesday. The changeup catches the outside part of the zone, and Best is behind quickly, 0-2. Renz here in the playoffs is now 2 for 7 with an RBI. Yeah, but he has 2 strikeouts. It's 0-2. Korn will deal home, and it's outside. Ball 1. Looks like a fastball from Will. Well, May River's team ERA, is 2.48. Right now they're on pace to hit that as the curveball stays outside. 2-2. For reference, the Falcons is at 2.84. It's 2-2, nobody gone. Bottom fourth, game has been tied at 1 for an inning and a half. Korn will come home and Rentz spoils that one. He shoots it back into the net. Winner goes on to the playoffs, loser goes home. Sharks versus Falcons, 2-2. The left-handed Korn will throw home, and that one's fouled again toward the lighting. And Best, staying alive, staying alive. You like that, Jeff?
I'm not going to sing it.
2-2, one more time. The off-speed's outside, and Rentz has worked the count full after falling behind 0-2.
But just know that you probably made half a dozen people at home start singing it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good job.
Full count pitch coming home. The fastball caught looking, strike 3 on the inside edge. Best didn't like it, but Korn has his third K of his outing.
Now batting number 18, Charlie Scott.
So Charlie Scott has the only hit here so far for AC Flora. He singled on an infield single as Jordan Reed. He waited back over it at short and allowed the speedster Scott to get to first. First pitch to him, low and inside, caught looking for strike 1. Nice location from Korn, who's been painting the corners. This is the ace for May River, and he's showing why. He's ahead 0-1 here, righty on lefty. The left-hander comes home and throws a changeup high and away for ball 1. Well, Charlie Scott is now 5 for his last 15. That's 33% hits for the sophomore. He's trying to get on base any way he can here. The 1-1 coming home, hard hit down the left field line, but it's going to go foul. That was shot, but just continued to keep going foul and didn't tail fair. We've seen Scott get ahead of a couple ones like that. Looked like a changeup from Korn. However, Scott just couldn't lay back enough to keep it fair, and if he left it fair, I mean, could have been some trouble for Maybank and left. Either way, it's 1-2 now. Coming home, Korn. Fastball outside, ball 2. Well, after Scott, it's the DH Zach Sneed who's lurking on deck. If it gets that far in the hole, is Jack Chetwood. Right now, though, 2-2 count. 1 gone here, bottom of the 4th. Korn will come home, swinging strike 3. It's a drop third strike, though, so throw down to first from Mischik will be there for out 2. Looked like a backdoor curveball, or maybe a changeup or whatever, but Scott couldn't lay off, and now it's 2 gone. So the left-handed Zach Sneed will come in. Zach took one right on the abs back in the second. He was the one run that scored off the balk. Lefty on lefty, first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Nice slider that Sneed was able to lay off. Well, Zach is a master getting on base any way he can. Hitting under 200, but he's getting on base 38% of the time here for these Falcons. He's ahead 1-0 here, and that ball never had a chance. That went straight to the backstop. 2-0 after the ball went to the right-handed batter's box. Well, the Sharks are trying to do something they haven't done in a while. They were eliminated in this exact same spot last year against Greer. They're trying to move on to that second week. That hasn't really happened, I don't think, since they won the region. That was a couple years ago in 2018. 2-0 pitched right down Broadway, and that's a foul back. Looked like into the chest piece of Mischik, but all right. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's where May River got eliminated last. Or at least made it to the second week. Sharks have never won a championship here in baseball, but they have in a couple other sports. They're less than 10 years old, so not expecting much. 2-1 pitches in the right-handed batter's box, and the walk king for AC Flora is ahead 3-1. Why I call him that? Well, when he was healthy last year, Sneed drew 27 walks. This year he has 11 in about half a season. 3-1 coming home, swinging strike 2. Just nicked back foul, I think, but a nice in and up fastball that Korn located beautifully. It's been the best thing about Korn so far, barring that one hit by pitch. His location's been on point. When he's on point, we've said it's very hard for hitters to find any luck. Full count, 2 down. Bottom 4th. Lefty on lefty. Korn comes home. The off-speed swinging strike 3. Curveball on the outside edge. Gets Sneed to swing through. So strike out the sign, Mr. Korn, and we're going to go to 5 here in a 1-1 game. Sparky going to come back onto the bump. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're heading to the top of the 5th. It's a 1-1 game here in this winner-go-home contest, and May River has the top of the order up. Leading it off, it's Tyson Brassington, 0 for 2 this evening. He reached on an air where he was left stranded at third in the first. He grounded out to short in the third. We'll see if he can find the hit column here against Sparky as he tries to go his third go-around. Sparky's pitches are in the mid-60s, so expect him to, the bullpen to start moving for AC Flora pretty soon here. Righty on righty, first pitch off speed low, ball 1. Falcons have 2 great relievers behind Sparky, so turning over from good to great. We'll see if May River can attack Carter here and get a lead. 1-0 coming home, that ball hard hit in right center field, tailing towards Scotty. He'll make the play on the line. That looked like an AC Flora type of hit, hard hit, but right at Charlie Scott, and there's one down.
Up next, number 13, Trace Mischik.
So Trace Mischik will come back up. Mischik, he singled back in the third before he came around and scored the one and only May River run. He also flew out to Charlie Scott back in the first. 1 down, top 5. 1-1 game. Righty on righty. Sparky will fire home the first pitch. Fastball just a bit outside. Ball 1. Mischik now in the playoffs, 5 for 8. He's been feeling it, and he's trying to get something going here. That's when he was the one who started the May River rally in the third. That 0-1-0 is going to be shot and found on the right field line, slicing towards, looks like the bullpen, if I can talk. Jeez. This team average for May River this year hitting .284 at the dish. They average a little over 6 runs per game, just like AC Flora. The 1-1 coming home, the off-speed just missed inside. Pretty pitch from Sparky. Umpire said it missed, so it's 2-1. I don't think I caught the plate, Jeff.
Looked like a good pitch.
A great pitch, but umpire said no, so it's 2-1 here against Mischik. The pitch from Sparky, swinging strike 2. He made up for it. That looks like a changeup, rather. That dipped out of the zone on the outside edge. Evens the count at 2. Mischik, he can strike out. He has 11 so far in the season. He only has 5 walks. He likes putting the ball in play, but it's 2-2 here against the right-handed catcher. Sparky will come home. That pitch being strike 3. Another changeup that just dips. And Sparky has strikeout number 7. There's 2 gone here in the 5th.
That was that inside pitch to the righties that I was talking about at the beginning of the game.
And we're saying when he locates that fastball and he just can come wherever he wants with the junky throws, all the off speed. I mean, it's so hard. Such an uphill battle for these hitters, but we'll see if the left-handed Corn has any luck. The right-hander on the mound, throw first. Fastball catches the outside part of the zone, strike 1. Looking low in the zone, but Sparky is starting to locate that fastball beautifully, and which allows him to throw the changeup and his curveball wherever he wants. The 1-0 is fouled back. Another low fastball, and now Corn falls behind. Well, this evening, Corn, he reached on an air in the third, and he grounded out to the shortstop in the first. Same thing as Brassington. He's behind 0-2. Sparky, peering over that gray glove, will come back and step off the mound. He'll re-engage, and Corn will re-engage, so we'll do it here. 0-2, 2 gone, top 5. 1-1 game. Sparky comes home. The pitch is fouled back, and Corn stays alive. Looked like a beautiful off-speed pitch that was low in the zone. Maybe just a touch low out of it, but nonetheless, it would have been a very hard ball for Corn to put in play. Corn has 15 strikeouts compared to his 15 walks. He's way behind Sparky here, 0-2. Harrington. He'll kick. He'll deal home. The 0-2. That ball's chopped over to second. Roper Wensky will play it back. Tough hop and a nice grab from Wensky. He'll make the play at first for out number 3. Well, Sparky Harrington had his best inning of his night. 3 up, 3 down. And the Falcons keep this game at 1. We're going to the 6th here in a tied ball game. Or the 5th.
Bottom of 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome back here to AC Flora High School on Definite Fiction. Winner go home here as we're entering the back half of this game. It's a 1-1 contest going in the bottom of the 5th. The left-handed Will Korn, who's gotten better as the game goes on, will don the bump again here. He will get 6, 7, and 8 from AC Flora in the bottom of the 5th. The right-handed Jack Chetwood, the shortstop, steps in. First pitch to him, high fastball, ball 1. So Chetwood laid down a sacrifice bunt in his first appearance at the dish. He moved both those runners to second and third, where one eventually came home via the balk. Now he'll swing the bat for real for the first time. We'll see how Korn goes after him. It's 1-0. That pitch right down Broadway and fouled back.
Yeah, so Korn was only 55 pitches going into this inning.
Yeah, he'll.
Which means that, yeah, and he's gone over 93 times this year, so.
Yeah, I doubt, especially the way he's pitching. There is some work in the bullpen, though, so we'll get you that in a second. I'm going to return to action right now. It's 1-1 the count. Inside against Chet. Would have caught the zone, though. Strike 2. Nice pitch from Korn. So that isn't. I don't think he can come in though. That's lining up is Logan Hargis, but I thought Hargis was pretty much done. Maybe he's just on the edge of being done.
Or just loosening up.
Correct. 1-2. That ball's chopped. Jerry slowly back to the pitcher. Korn will come off. He'll spin around. He'll throw to first and get the out for out number 1. Well, Korn made that play look a lot more routine than it was. He had to get a good reaction off the mound and then basically turn all the way because he's a lefty, so he has to basically spin the whole way around and get that ball to first. He did it before the speedy Chetwood got there, and there's one away.
Number 9, Joe Ray.
So Joe Ray, who came in from Monty Lafitte back in that second inning. Lafitte worked the count full, and then Joe Ray came in and drew the walk. So first pitch to him, fastball outside, ball 1. So Joe's the freshman. He's now seeing his first action here in the postseason. He's 1 for 22 this year. Next pitch to him, right down Broadway, a fastball for strike 1. Joe drew his fifth walk, of the season. He's looking for hit number 2. The 1-1 coming home, fastball inside for strike 2. Well, it's a tough spot for the young freshman to be in. Getting one of the best pitchers here in the postseason, Will Korn. Not backing off. He's ahead 1-2. The lefty comes home. The off speed outside. Good eye from the right-hander. The last time we saw Joe was actually against Dreer on the mound, where he pitched in a scoreless frame. And the Falcons, they were just trying to get through that game. That was a non-region affair with Dreer that was a loss for AC Flora, but it's not one of those where you're like, you need to win that one, you know? So he's now at the plate, though, and it's a 2-2 count with the left-handed senior. One away, bottom 5. The senior comes home. Fastball high. Joe Ray, good eye, and he fills the count up. Well, on deck, it's the bottom of the order. Evan Smith and then Harris Rivers in the hole. Falcons trying to get them up with some chances to take the lead. It's a full count pitch. One gone. Korn will come home. The pitch, swinging strike 3. Blew a fastball by the young freshman, and there's 2 away. Well, Korn's starting to look sharper and sharper as this game goes on, kind of Max Scherzer-esque. He's retired the last 7 batters here for AC Flora. Evan Smith will come back in. It took a questionable strike 3 call back in his first time around. We'll see if the senior can get his bat going and provide some oomph in the bottom of the lineup, giving the Falcons a shot to take the lead. First pitch to the righty, swinging strike 1. He blew a fastball right by him, was Korn. Lefty versus righty, Korn. It is Houched over Stantz. He'll come home. The inside pitch stays inside. It's ball 1. Looked like a changeup that never broke. Or maybe he was looking for that backdoor changeup, but he's used so effectively, notably against Charlie Scott. It's 1-1 from the lefty. He comes home. That ball hard hit into center field, but right at Brassington. He'll move over to his right and make the play for out number 3 and slyly left. Well, a hard hit for Evan Smith doesn't work out, and the Falcons go 3 up, 3 down yet again here. They tied with May River at 1. We're going to go into the 6th inning. Who's going to win? into the back 2 innings of this contest. Sparky Harrington, he's still out there. Carter had a great inning, looking sharp last inning. Now he'll get the middle part of the order. It's 4, 5, and 6. And leading it off, the right-handed, dangerous Joseph Schrader. Schrader so far tonight has drawn a walk. That was an intentional base on balls, though. He was ahead 3-0, and the Falcons had first open. And then he struck out, so he's yet to put one in play. We'll see if this is it. Righty on righty, top 6. First pitch, that's the other way through the hole, and a base hit right on cue. Schroeder gets the Sharks going. Nice piece of hitting. It was the outside part of the zone, and Schroeder pokes it right behind the second baseman, Lenski. And there's a man on first. Nobody gone. Also, Dylan Seaman comes back up. Seaman, so far, is the hero for the Sharks. He did an opposite field RBI single back in the third. That was on 2 outs. Just like Schroeder, it was first pitch swinging. We'll see if the young DH can make some noise here. 1 on, 1-1 game. Top of the 6th. Winner go home. Sparky, he's still out there. Righty on lefty. He'll fire home. The fastball's right down Broadway. Strike 1, belt high. Seaman has his 5th hit of the year. He's now 5 for 21. We were only the 3rd team he's gathered a hit against. He's had collected 2 hits against each of Philip Simmons and James Island. Diving back to first is Schroeder, but he'll get back in without much of a hassle. Schroeder has 3 stolen bags this year. However, he's been thrown out once. Falcons are playing their 3rd baseman, Joe Ray, in on the grass. It's 0-1. Now he shows bunt. That pitch is low and spikes away. Gets away from Hernandez, and Schroeder will move up. The go-ahead run now in scoring position. Well, the Falcons' bullpen is moving. We think it's Hank Collins over there. Again, we don't have a very bad view of our bullpen. It's really hard to see who's going, but Jeff thinks he saw Hank over there. Well, it's 1-1 here, righty versus lefty. The lefty at the dish, a sacrifice bunt would move the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Sparky rooking Schroeder back, and now he'll come home. Seaman goes, now that ball in the air. It's gonna get out of the reach, though, of Hernandez. Ball was fouled back in the air, and Hernandez just couldn't catch up to it. It'll be 1-2, and now they may see Seaman swing the bat. Well, on deck, it's Aaron Guthrie, and then behind him, it's Jordan Reed. It's a winner-go-home game in round 3 of the playoffs. Winner will play the winner of York and Bluffton on Monday. Loser has their 2024 campaign ended. It's 1-2. Now the right-hander will look back. Schroeder at second. Nice dive back in from the Erskine commit, though. Means there's no throw from Sparky. 1-2 here. Nobody out. Sparky. He'll sigh and come home. The pitch, hard hit in the right center field, and that may be gapped, and it's going to get to the wall for extra bases. Schroeder will come around third with the go-ahead run. Evan Smith throws it on a line in, and we are not tied. Tie's broken here in Forest Acres. Well, Seaman, who is very hit or miss at the plate, has hit tonight. He has now 2 hits against AC Flora, 2 hits against James Island, 2 hits against Philip Simmons. And that may be all for the Falcons starter. Sparky's been great here against a talented May River lineup. However, after the 1 run coming across, that may be all for the young Falcon. Well, it is going to be all for Sparky Harrington. He gets the handshake. Sparky, he has that runner still attached at second, but 5 1/3 innings, and the talented senior Hank Collins will come in trying to limit that damage. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction. Don't go anywhere. Well, Sparky off, Hank Collins on. Falcons have a runner at second. It's an insurance run here for the Sharks, but they're going to go to their closer, well, their everyday closer, here in the 6th. Hank Collins will making his 13th appearance here for AC Flora. He's pitched 21 in the 3rd inning, donning a 1.64 ERA with 25 strikeouts. His first batter, the right-handed Aaron Guthrie. It's righty versus righty. We'll see if Collins can eliminate the threat. Before anything happens, though, he'll look Seaman back at second, who just delivered the go-ahead RBI double to right center field against Sparky, who had a great outing. However, his final line's not yet decided. We'll have to see what happens on the base pass. Well, the Falcons all of a sudden, after leading or being tied for most of this game, have now first time trailing. That first pitch jumped on and foul into the forestry of Forest Acres. So Collins, the last time we saw him, it was against York in the first game of the playoffs. He had 2 earned runs over 2 1/3 innings, off of 4 hits and 3 strikeouts. He's ahead 0-1, and he'll come home. The pitch, off speed, strike 2. Got him swinging. Looked like a slider that Guthrie couldn't find. Be 0-2 here against Guthrie. Well, Guthrie is 0 for 2 tonight. He reached on an air back in the 2nd and grounded out to the 3rd baseman in the 3rd. It's his first time, though, against Collins. See who wins this war. 0-2. Collins comes home. That one's just tap fouled on the left field side. Look, another off-speed pitch from Hank that just got tapped by Guthrie, who will stay alive in the AB. Guthrie is prone to that strikeout. He didn't show it there, though. 24 here for the Sharks, which leads these May River squad for 2024. It's 0-2 here. Collins will look back, the runner at second, and now he'll come home. The pitch is thrown away. It's going to allow the runner to go to 3rd. Collins lost the grip, threw it all the way to the backstop as it went to the left-handed box. Seaman will go to 3rd, and an insurance run for the Sharks 90 feet away with nobody gone. Well, the count will move to 1-2 here. Righty on deck. It's Jordan Reed, the shortstop. Now called time from Guthrie, who was waiting. He was staring down Collins, and Collins didn't move a muscle, so Guthrie says, I'll take a breather here. The 1-2. Collins will come home. The off-speed swing, strike 3. Look like another slider from Collins that dipped out of the zone low. And the Falcons have 1 out here in the 6th.
Number 11, Jordan Reed.
Well, we're not done yet. Jordan Reed, the right-handed shortstop, will step in. He's also 0 for 2 this evening with a strikeout and a ground out. It's the righty versus righty matchup in his first time against Collins. Collins will take his time, and now he'll look over to 3rd. He did step off, but Joe Ray's not covering the bag. I think there is still some motion in the Falcons bullpen in case Hank can't find the damage, or find the stop sign of this damage. That probably is Ryan Harrelson, although again I can't see it. First pitch to Reed, coming home, off speed, dips out of the zone, ball 1. Nice pitch from Collins, a better read from Reed. Well, the Falcons bullpen is one of the best in all of this state. These big 3, including Hank Collins, Ryan Harrelson, Luke Shalcom, 1.43 ERA. The 1-0 is chopped softly to the shortstop. Chetwood, he'll have to throw home on a hop. It's going to be a tag at the plate, a slide to the outside of the bag. He is out. Seaman tried to come home, and Chetwood delivered a nice throw. Hernandez applies the tag, and there's 2 down off the fielder's choice. That was a beautiful play. Chetwood, who had to come home with it pretty much as he got it. He couldn't really lean down and really go into his normal fielding stance. Had to outfield run it and scoop it up. He made the play nonetheless, and there's now 2 gone. So the runner at first is now Jordan Reed. Reaches base for the first time, and Chris Beckman will come in. Beckman has went down looking and swinging here, but that was both against Sparky. We'll see if Collins can do the same. Before anything, though, he looks back Reed, who has a stolen base on the year, but he's not one to really take off too many times. It's righty versus righty. May River, after the the RBI double, took the lead. Reed's got a big lead over at first. Collins keeps looking him back, and now he'll just step off as Reed was dancing over there. Well, Jordan Reed in the head of Collins right now as Collins just got a massive second out for AC Flora here in the top of the 6th, but not out of the woods quite yet. Collins hasn't made any home, and now he'll throw back to first, but Reed dives back in safely. So after Beckman, if it gets that far, it's a 9-hole Mankowski on deck before the lineup turns over here for these Sharks. Falcons in the bottom half, another pickoff attempt to no avail. Half 9, 1 and 2 due up. There's been no real motion over there, so you got to believe Will Korn, the senior lefty's back out for the Sharks. First pitch coming home, fastball outside, ball 1. Nice eye from Beckman. Collins taking his sweet old time. He's keeping an eye on Reed. He'll come home. Now that ball is low, ball 2 in the dirt, but no movement from Reed at first. Well, after the runner got thrown at home, Hank Collins was a little more on edge than he was with that runner on third. Almost as if he's a little uncomfortable. Kind of weird again for the senior who's been in so many big moments for AC Flora. He has 4 saves for these Falcons this year, including 1 against Lugoff Elgin. He also has a win. So he's been a very solid pitcher here for AC Flora, and they need him to stay sharp if they want to have any shot in keeping this game in a 1-run contest and having a chance to tie it up. 2-0 coming home. That ball's chopped over to the shortstop, Chetwood. Well, no, we get another error for AC Flora. He can't make the transition. He's about to toss it to second for out 3, but instead, the Falcons' 4th error of the night puts runners at first and second.
Now batting number 2, Hannah Mankowski.
There's been an error for Roper Lenski, the second baseman, Jack Chetwood, the shortstop, and Joe Ray, the third baseman. Or no, it was Monty Lafitte was playing third at the time, rather. Either way, it's the left-handed 9-hole Tana Mankowski. Mankowski's 0-2 this evening. First pitch to him, fastball outside, ball 1. Mankowski struck out and fouled out to the third baseman in the 3rd and 4th innings. He now has a chance to give some massive insurance run from May River and give Will Korn a lot of cushion on the bump. It's 1-0, coming home. That pitch is sliced foul right back into the net. Collins tried to come inside against Mankowski, however, he fought it off. Level the count at 1 here with 2 gone. Top of the 6th, now a 2-1 lead here for May River, who is traveling over 2.5 hours to come play these Falcons in this winner-go-home contest. Collins looking back, Reed over at second. Now he'll come home, the 1-1, that ball hard and half. Kick glove from Collins, it gets in the center field. They're waving Reed around third. Evan Smith comes up firing. The throw to the plate, not in time. And May River has scored 2 here in the top of the 6th. Well, the Falcons' 4th error is finally the one that may do them in. The error in the 2nd, that was a hard play for Roper to make, and now the error from Jack Chetwood on a routine play has put 2 of the 3 May River runs across, but none may be bigger than that one, as the Falcons have only had 1 hit so far tonight. And what's even more dangerous, it's now the top of the order, Tyson Brassington. And a quick mound visit again. Well, Collins was working through his lineup very quickly, but for whatever reason, the guy Reed on first really kind of spooked him a little bit. Threw him off his A game, and then the error from Chetwood, and now an RBI single has given May River their 2nd run of the inning, and now a 3-1 lead here against AC Flora. Any comments, Jeff?
Yeah, no. I mean, errors will do that too.
I mean, Jeff didn't make the comment of I'm too tired for this to be a 7-inning game, but Hank Collins coming out. So I guess quick lead for Hank Collins is maybe the last time he steps off Falcon Field. The Falcons have a comeback in them, but Ryan Harrelson will be running from the bullpen. We'll come in and try to get out number 1 in the order when we return here on Definite Fiction. Don't go anywhere. We're not done quite yet. Welcome back to Falcon Field. It's been a long top of the 6th after a RBI double to take the lead and a 2-out RBI single. May Rivers pushed 2 across and now hold a 3-1 lead. The Falcons will turn to their other half of the bullpen, Ryan Harrelson. After the Goon worked against Myrtle Beach, he will not be available tonight, so this is the last everyday reliever the Falcons have in their pen. The right-hander comes home, hard hit, left side, base hit. They'll go into left field. They're going to maybe stop him at third. Yeah, they do, as Ren Spess comes up firing. First pitch swing, and Brassington has his first hit of the night. A single, and May River may not be done quite yet.
Up next, number 13, Trace Mystic.
Well, after Ryan Harrelson came on against Myrtle Beach, making his 9th appearance of the year, he now has 2 saves. This is appearance number 10, but he's already allowed a hit. And it's the top of the order here as Trace Mischik comes back on. Bases are juiced, 2 down, a righty on righty. Harrelson holds a 1.13 ERA. That's the best the Falcons have to offer. He's trying to get them out of trouble. First pitch, fastball low and away, ball 1. Harrelson's only pitched 12 in a 3rd inning, but he's been as reliable as both Shulcom and Collins. He is 4 of the 5 seniors we have on this team. 20-0, righty on righty. Harrelson comes home, the fastball catches the outside part of the zone, strike 1. Harrelson has his first strike. Well, you gotta wonder, the man on deck is Will Korn. He'd be the 9th batter, to come up in the inning. He's having a long time between innings. We'll see how it affects him when he comes back up, but he has a 2-run cushion. The 1-1, that ball's chopped to the right side. Harrelson comes up the mound, gloves it, and he will take it himself. He'll beat Mischik to the bag for out number 3. So the Falcons keep the damage at 2, but it's a 3-1 lead now for these May River Sharks. Will Korn will come back on the bump and try to keep it there. We're going to the bottom of the 6th here on Definite Fiction.
Number 16, Paul Choate.
Welcome back here to Falcon Field. Oh, it was a 1-1 contest for most of this game, but May River, after scoring 2 in the top of the 6th, now lead it 3-1. The Falcons need to come back here and produce some offense. They're down to their final 6 outs of their season all of a sudden. It's Paul Choate who's pitch hitting for Harris Rivers. The right-hander takes one outside for ball 1. Well, it's been around 25 minutes since Will Korn came to the bump the last time, so after a long break, he's back out there. The 1-0 right down Broadway. He'll take a changeup for strike 1. And we're underway officially. Well, bottom 6, and now Paul Choate, as I said. He was in the lineup for the most part of that back half of the back third of the season. And he was having a solid start. And last couple of games haven't gone his way. What would be a end of the sophomore? Well, swinging strike 2 doesn't help, but he would love to get some action here for the Falcons and put the tying run at the dish. Choate now, as the season winding down, hitting 296 with 5 RBIs. He's behind 1-2 against the lefty on the mound. He'll come home. The pitch, curveball is low. Ball 2. Nice eye from Choate as that one didn't miss by much. And Korn's got a lot of swing and misses on that pitch tonight. As I said, it's 9-1-2 here for AC Flora. On deck, it's Roper Wensky. The 2-2 coming home is a fastball outside in the left-handed batter's box, and Choate has worked it full. Falcon dugout trying to rally on the junior. It's 3-2. Korn coming home, swinging strike 3, a fastball, and he's fired up. Will Korn has now retired the last 9 Falcons to come up to the dish after he got Roper Wensky to ground into a 5-4-3 double play, who's now back at the dish. That was Wensky's second time ground to the third baseman. He did it back in the first to lead off the game. Falcons down to their final 5 outs. Lefty on the mound comes home and delivers a fastball high. It's ball 1. Well, again, they have their ace reliever warming up in the bullpen. That's Logan Hargis. Hargis has made 10 appearances, boasting a 1.6 ERA here for these Sharks. Next pitch is low, a fastball, didn't miss by much. It's ball 2. I thought Hargis' pitch count on Monday did him in, but I guess the 73 was just below the mark. It's 2-0 here, and another fastball is high, and Korn, after a nice strikeout against Choate, is behind 3-0 against the Falcons leadoff. Wensky has been solid all playoffs here for AC Flora, but he falls behind, or is ahead 3-0. He takes one right down Broadway at strike 1. You want to say how nice Roper Wensky's been at in the playoffs? Well, I don't have the numbers, but I want to say he's 1 or 5 for 7 as he lines up the middle. Base knock, and the Falcons have their second hit of the game. I was grasping for stats there, as I guess I forgot to put Roper's down, but he's on first.
Now batting number 21, Tyler Hernandez.
It's the second hit the Falcons have gained, and the first one that got out of the infield. Tyler Hernandez, we'll see if he can keep this rally going. The Falcons now have a run on first that has big implications. Tyler Hernandez, he's flown out and grounded out. First pitch to the lefty, it's poked, fouled on the left field line, a high fly ball. Well, Tyler delivered a big hit against York. It was a home run over the right field wall. He needs to do one more. That would tie this game. It's 0-1, 1 gone. Korn, the lefty, will now pick off at first. Roper Wensky does have a big lead, so he's going to get back in safely.
He only had to fall onto the back.
Pretty much. Roper has 2 stolen bases, but he's also been thrown out twice, so I doubt the Falcons will put him in motion here. 0-1 coming home. The off-speed right down Broadway. Strike 2. Nice pitch from Korn. Looked like a curveball that just broke into the zone and froze Hernandez. Tyler now falls behind 0-2 with Rents Best on deck. Korn has the top of the order and the heart of the order up. The 0-2 coming home. That ball up the middle. Back-to-back singles for the Falcons. Both in the center field. And there's some life here for AC Flora. Well, they're going to get a courtesy run for the catcher, Tyler Hernandez, who's been delivering in moments this year, and maybe none bigger than that. If he decides to come all the way home, they're going to pull Scott Graham in to come pitch run.
Number 5, Scott Graham.
Well, Rents Best is the second most RBIs on this team with 15. Looking for a big hit here. That could get the Falcons within 1 or maybe even if he gaps it. It's runners on second and third. Korn has now surrendered back-to-back hits. Righty versus lefty. The lefty on the mound looks the runner back. Now he'll come home. Fastball right in the center field, but it's right at Brassington. He'll trail back toward the wall, make the play. Roper does not tag as Brassington a cannon on a line to third. Wow. Well, luckily Roper sit at second, but long fly out for out number 2.
Yeah, that would have gotten pretty much any runner.
I don't think there's a runner maybe on earth that could have beat that out.
It was a gun.
I mean, maybe Billy Hamilton, I guess. But I mean, that was a line.
It is.
After back-to-back singles with a one-pitch flyout for Rent's Best, and now the right-handed Charlie Scott will dig in. Charlie had the only hit coming into this inning for AC Flora. He had an infield singer to the shortstop Reed. Runners still at first and second, 2 down, bottom 6. The Falcons now have 4 outs to work with in their 2024 season. And that pitch is skied high in the infield, first base side. Schroeder on it, under it. He'll make the play for out number 3. And Korn, after surrendering back-to-back one-out singles, gets a pop-out and a fly-out. May River is 3 outs away from playing next week. The Falcons need to keep that lead at 3-1. We're going to the 7th. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's win or go home, and May River, after a 2-run top of the 6th, they lead it 3-1. They now have the heart of the order up, trying to do some more damage. The only man who didn't bat in the 6th here for May River, Will Korn, will step in. It's lefty versus righty as the left-handed batter for May River will step in against the right-handed Harrelson. First pitch, he shows bump, but he pulls it back. It's outside and away for ball 1. Well, Korn is 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out twice to short and second, but he's also reached onto the air. He's been brilliant for these May River Sharks on the mound, though. It's 1-0. Swinging strike 1. Looks like a changeup from Harrelson that Korn didn't like. Well, the Falcons, I just told Jeff, need a big 7th inning. They want to stay in this game and keep their season alive. It all starts right here. The 1-1 coming home. Inside strike 2. Nice pitch from Harrelson. Slotted that one in perfectly. And he's ahead here, the lefty, 1-2. Hernandez will set up outside. The pitch, that ball's chopped to the right side. Soft chopper over to the first baseman. Rivers will make the play, and he's gonna. I think Korn's gonna argue he's gonna hit the bag, but he didn't even run. So, out number 1. I think they're gonna. I think he wants to say hit the bag.
No, he says hit his his foot, but.
Interesting play. Interesting decision here. Umpire never signaled anything. I didn't see it. They're gonna say it's out 1, and now head coach. The first time I get to mention his name, Alan Schmidt's gonna come home and talk to the home plate blue. Schmidt's been with these Sharks ever since 2020. I mean, well, how about that? But he became the head coach in the 2022 season. Now they're going to converse and try to talk all 3. But, yeah, so Alan Schmidt has a 42-33 record here for these May River Sharks. He's trying to get to week number 2 and what would most likely be a game against York or Bluffton. We're going to say it didn't hit Korn, and tough out for him, but out number 1 nonetheless. Did it hit him? Did you pay attention?
I don't know. I mean, usually the batters are pretty honest about that kind of thing.
Usually, yeah. I mean,
but like the ball didn't look like it did anything weird.
No, I mean it died quicker than I thought it was going to. I mean, who knows? I mean, I tend to believe the batter in that situation, but it's one of those where, yes, you never know. Well, first pitch outside edge strike here to Joseph Schroeder to the 4-hole. Schroeder, reached base twice. Had a single in the 6th and a walk in the 3rd. He's also struck out, swinging. Next pitch hard to the first baseman. That'll be made by Harris Rivers, where he'll step on the bag for out number 2. Well, back-to-back groundouts for Harris Rivers means there's 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Ryan Harrelson has made some nice works of the batters. Groundouts to the first baseman and to himself, all unassisted. And now Dylan Seaman, which we saw the comment, yes, his name is Dylan Seaman. I did check with Jeff Rose to make sure I wasn't just misreading it, but Dylan Seaman, who's had a hot day at the plate, 2 hits and a strikeout. First pitch to him, fastball right down Broadway, and the lefty watched it go by for strike 1. Seaman has actually had 2 of the 3 RBIs, a single in the 3rd.
I was going to say, he had that really big at bat.
And a double in the go-ahead one. Fastball misses outside against the lefty. It's 1-1. They had that double to right center, which gapped home Schroeder.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have walked home if he wanted to off of second, but he ran home either way. 1-1, 2 gone, top 7. Harrelson comes home. That ball's tapped foul. Looked like a slider from Harrelson that tailed a little more into the box, I guess, but Seaman couldn't catch up to it. So 1-2 here, 2 gone. And Seaman's only had 6 hits, and he's only hit against 3 teams this year, but when he's hot, he's hot. 1-2, coming home. The off-speed, swinging strike 3, tipped into the glove. So Ryan Harrelson does his job. 4 up, 4 down for the senior, and the Falcons have 3 outs to work with. They'll have to tackle a tough Will Korn. We'll see if they can keep their season alive right here on Definite Fiction.
Leading off for the Falcons, number 15.
The Falcons have 3 outs to work with here in their 2024 campaign. They're chasing 2. It's a 3-1 lead after Mary River scored 2 in the top of the 6th. It'll be Sneed, Chetwood, and Monty Lafitte, who's actually in there for Joe Ray. Leading off, the left-handed Zach Sneed. The DH is 0 for 1. He struck out and was hit by a pitch so far this evening. The left-handed corner looking for a complete game. The first pitch with a slider low. Did Sneed go? They're gonna say he laid it off, so it's 1-0. Well, it's a lefty versus lefty showdown here in the 7th. Falcons need 2 runs to come home. The pitch right down Broadway, maybe a touch high, but it's strike 1. So 1-1 the count. Korn will come home. It's a fastball outside. 2-1 we go. Lefty versus lefty, the senior on the mound. He'll come home, fastball right down Broadway. Oh, he can't glove it, it's over the bag. Now Reed, the shortstop, will come over. High throw, but he makes the play for out 1. What an adventure. A soft liner that Korn couldn't glove, but he got enough on it to allow his shortstop Reed to come over and make the play. Out number 1.
Now batting number 1, Jack Chetwood.
Falcons got to wonder what he got to do to get a hit. I mean, right there just encapsulates the Falcon season. Jack Chetwood will now come up. The right-handed shortstop will watch one go by, low and inside, ball 1. Chetwood laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd, and he grounded out to the pitcher in the 5th.
Is Monty on deck?
Yeah, Monty is on deck, so he's going to replace Joe Ray, go back into the spot that he left in the 1st. 1-0 count. Korn will throw a fastball away in the left-handed batter's box. It's 2-0. Oh, Falcons need a rally. Right now they're chasing 2. They've walked off one game already this year. 2-0 coming home. Right down Broadway, off speed, strike one. Nice pitch from Korn. That looked like a curveball. Falcons have been on the wrong side and the right side of these. They lost to Miller here in an 11th inning affair and then beat Greenville in 9 on a walk-off. The 2-1 hard hit in the right center field, tailing towards Mankowski. As it's over his head. It's going to go to the wall, and the Falcons have some life. Chetwin on his horse. He'll be held up at 2. The Falcons will take it. That will be ruled a hit as a bad read from the right fielder Mankowski. That ball just kept carrying and just out of the reach of his glove as he tried to jump up. And now the tying run will come to the plate.
Now batting number 32, Monty Lafitte.
Coach Howlett, now the third base coach, is trying to tell his young sophomore, the first-year sophomore starter, saying, don't be over-aggressive. Just stay there if you need to. Don't make the last out or the second out in this inning on the base pass. Now the Falcons will hand it over from sophomore to sophomore. It's the right-handed Monty Lafitte. There's one down, bottom of the 7th. Throw back to second A.
I thought he launched it. It's like just a rainbow.
Well, it's one of the weird things you did launch it. I mean, it's going to center. I don't think you run on Brassington.
Yeah.
No, I think Korn saw that Chetwood had maybe a 2-step lead and just tossed it over there to avoid anything. Lefty comes home. That pitch is fouled back. Well, Lafitte worked the count full back in the first, but the Falcons did some switcheroo tactics, or second, excuse me, put Joe Ray in, who actually drew the walk. That allowed that Falcon first runner of the game to come home off the balk as Joe Ray and Sneed both took off. It's 0-1, one gone. The lefty throws inside, caught looking, strike 2. Tough pitch for Monty to take, but Korn able to slot, looked like a changeup in there. The lefty looking for a complete game here. He's ahead on the sophomore, 0-2. Korn, he'll come home. The off speed is high, ball 1. Good eye from Lafitte, who watched one go by his neck. Lafitte's coming off an 0-for-2 game. What a time for his first hit. The 1-2, hard to the ground side, to the left side. Reed on the backhand, can't field it in time. That's going to be Reed's second error, a routine play. Brings the go-ahead run and the winning run to the plate for AC Flora. Well, Reed had a play, kind of a mental mishap back earlier in this game on an infield single from Charlie Scott. That time it was a routine backhand at the shortstop, and he just misplayed it. Well, the Falcons have the tying run at first. The winning run is at home, Evan Smith. It's been a roller coaster of a year for the senior. He's been Mr. Clutch all of last year and all of the summer. There's one down, runners at first and second. The first pitch to him, fastball inside. Well, the Sharks have been warming up a relief pitcher. That's been Hargis. He may start walking back to the bullpen now. Actually, as I say that, he wasn't up earlier, but he may go start throwing now as Korn, who's, what's his pitch count at, Jeff?
97.
I mean, he's getting up there. This may be Korn's last batter of the game. The lefty will come home, 1-0. That pitch high in the air infield. So the third baseman's ball, Guthrie. He'll settle under it, and he'll make the play for out number 2.
And Phil Flock calling that.
Yeah. I mean, it was going to be an out either way, and that was a, I mean, if he drops it on purpose, it was a double play and game over. Well, the Falcons are down to their final out of their season. And I'm going to bring something up, Jeff, that I don't know if you even remember. Last year in the same spot, Harris Rivers doubled the wall, kept the game alive. Now, we didn't end up winning that game. That was against West Florence. But Harris Rivers has done good in this spot. This year, Harris is not as kind of well-versed as he was last year, but
I take that same result.
I mean, I'll take it. Don't get me wrong. The right-handed first baseman steps in. They're going to give it to Korn, the lefty, trying to go a complete game. 2 outs, runners at first and second. First pitch, low, ball 1. Well, on deck is the ever-so-dangerous Roper Wensky. Korn wants to end it right here, trying to do a complete game. Falcons trying to keep their 2024 season alive. Lefty versus righty. The lefty comes home. Fastball, swinging strike 1, low in the zone. Harris couldn't catch up. Infield not holding anyone on, so over at first That's looks like Monty getting a nice lead. Next pitch, low and away, ball 2. Nice eye from Rivers. That ball didn't miss by much, but he even bent down to watch it miss the zone. The winner of this plays the winner of York and Bluffton on Monday. It's a 2-1 count, 2 gone. Bottom 7, the pitch, hard hit in the right center field, going over Mankowski. Toward the wall, toward the warning track, and he makes the play. Will Corn pitches a complete game, 1-run affair, and May River comes to Falcon Field to take out the Falcons as their 2024 season ends on a shocker, a long fly ball right to the right fielder.
Yeah, hard to hit ball.
Hard hit ball, just right at the man.
All year.
Mankowski makes up for the blunder earlier in the inning with a nice read, and AC Flora will finish this year at 14-12. May River will come back and play one more game at least. They will get the winner of Bluffton and York on Monday at home. Great showing from both sides. 2 very talented teams here in this contest, but May River takes their first one off of AC Flora here on the Diamond.
All right, thanks for watching. Man, it's been that's the end of our AC Flora school year.
And that may be the last. I don't mean to be a sour note. I don't know when. So I do graduate tomorrow morning, so there is no promises when or what I do next year. If it is the last game I get to call, it's been a fun game and a fun season. Wouldn't want to do it anywhere else, but I know I'll be back for Legion if you want to hear me. But if I'm not back here, it's been a pleasure, guys, and thank you for welcoming me in.
Awesome. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and see you in the next one.